morning. It is Facebook Friday once again, and I really have to stop calling it that. It is Stitch Along Friday. You don't have to have it always on Facebook, right? Anyway, it is on Facebook because that's where I'm streaming from, but I wanted to welcome you. It's Stitch Along Friday, and our little group here on Facebook actually does have a Stitch Along going on all year long. Those of you who have never seen what we're doing, there's just a little pattern that comes out once a month. At the end of August, there will be one again for September, and they're little blossoms, and those of you who are participating are really doing a beautiful job. Those of you who are just letting it all go by because you've got other things to stitch, no problem whatsoever. I'm glad you're here just the same. And now I'm going to refresh my screen to make sure that I can see all of your comments. Well, the comments that are there, let's put it that way. That's great. So I see now that we have some people coming on board, but there's no comments yet, but there will be, I'm sure. So if there's ever any problem, by all means, make sure that you write in the comment section that there's a problem, that you can't see me or that you can't hear me or whatever. I think I've got everything done right today. That'll be good if I have everything done right. Welcome on board, those of you who are just joining in. And it looks like Marcia and Lisa are here, both of you. That's wonderful. Marcia, I'm glad that it's sunny, and I'm sorry it's hot in Dallas because I know Texas can get really hot during August. Lisa, I wanted to make sure that I haven't yet asked you, but I keep thinking about you because I know there is a forest fire that's close by. Well, it's on the other side, on some kind of ridge on the other side of the mountain, but I'm hoping that you're okay and that you don't get too much smoke your way and that they clean that up fast because it's still not under control, I understand. So let me know if you're feeling at all uncomfortable, and if you want to drive down here and stay in my guest suite, you are welcome, both of you. Anyway, I hope it won't come to that. Hello, Marty. Good morning. It's good to see you. And Donna from Sunny and Warm. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. I was just reading it. I thought, that's what you needed, Donna. Get a little bit of that sunshine going for you during the last part of the summer. Because I know in the beginning of the summer you tend to get quite a bit more cloud than we do, but that's okay. I know that it's a wonderful place to live just the same. So it is Friday morning, and for me, I have just been wrapping up a parcel that I'm going to be sending to Lisa with all of our actually it's all of the charms that are going to go on Bling Tree 3. The package is quite heavy because the charms are quite heavy as well, but I've put them all into little baggies for you. So that's my contribution to the kit making that Lisa does so well. Of course, we don't do any single threads anymore. We don't do cutting of threads because we just don't have the manpower or the woman power to do that. But we are putting in whole skeins or whole cards, as the case may be, depending on the Mori cards. And if it's a whole skein, that's all you're going to need, even if it's a Mori whole skein. So you're getting a lot more threads than you actually would need. Oh, that reminds me. This is the kit, and it's going out really well over the last week. We've had lots of sales. Really appreciate all of your comments about it and how nice that you find it. Thank you very much. This is not the leaflet. I have created a new picture for the leaflet. So we had those delivered, and there's a whole bunch of kits that have already gone out yesterday from Lisa. I also want to apologize. I don't know how this happened, but I made a mistake when it came to the pricing of this kit, and I thought it was really quite, more expensive than I was thinking that it might be. Anyway, so we put it up in that price, and everybody said it was fine, and a bunch of people did order it. And then I thought, no, there's something wrong. So went back and helped, Petra helped me, Lisa helped me reprice it. And my bad, I made the mistake of making that pattern too expensive. So it is now the right price. In fact, I think it's slightly lower than the right price on purpose, so that you would not, so you won't blame us. I really do apologize, and I am definitely sorry that happened, because it's not usually happens, and it doesn't happen unless I get involved, because as soon as I'm involved, I screw everything up. Anyway, I apologize, and I know you'll like it because the price is now quite a bit lower. I think it's just around $100 now, which makes sense because these are quite big. And as far as I can see, there's a lot of linen there, and there's pearl beads, and there's all the silks that go into these beautiful little biscornu. So I did want to apologize, though, for leading you astray, and those of you who are thinking of buying some now, there's free shipping on, just so you know, for anything physical that's going to be shipped to the United States or to Canada. Free shipping started this morning, yay! And will continue until tomorrow night. Pacific Daylight Time, in our time zone, basically. So that if you're in somewhere else, like in the Eastern time zone, remember the time changes. Okay, so your midnight is going to be. Let me see. If it's midnight at your place, it'll only be 8 o'clock at our place. So if you're the farthest east along the northwest, northern North America. So from our point of view, we were able to do this for that alone because the rates are possible for us to absorb. But those of you who are living in another country, unfortunately, we weren't able to give you free shipping. But we really hope that you know that it wasn't because we didn't like you. So there we go. Let's see who else is here. Donna and Dorothy. I'm on time today. So glad to be here. I've been in the gardens and it is too hot out there. And the smoke is there too. I don't think that forest fires, remember last week I was talking about forest fires, and don't blame us, we're in Canada. It's only because there was a news thing on that I remember thinking, why are you saying it's Canadian smoke? It's North American smoke. Anyway, I don't mean to laugh about it because it isn't funny. And a lot of people are affected all over the States and all over Canada. So wishing you and all of you who are experiencing the smoke, cross your fingers that it's smoke, and that's all. Not too smoky today, but it has been. Thanks for the offer. You're welcome, Lisa. Obviously, if you need a place to stay, that I would put you up in a second. So if there's ever any urgency at all, you know that you and your whole family can come. Your mom can come and her sister can come. We'll figure out a place to put you, even if it's on the floor. Okay, that's good. As long as you know you have someone here. Thank you for making all the sequin packs, Taya. Thank you. I'm really glad to send it off to you, and I'm sure you'll get it within the next few days. Last time it only took a day to get to you, but this time it'll probably be early next week since we're on the same island. Deborah Langdon, good morning to you. And Marty says, my email says my kit is on the way. Hurrah! I'm so happy for you, Marty. Yes, you're absolutely right. It is on the way. And Tammy says, hello, doing a little bit of housework so I can stitch later. You know, that's a really good way to do it, is to decide I'm going to do the housework now so I can stitch later. And I've always done my most active things first thing in the morning, but I found that as I got a little older, what I do now is I do my brain work first. Like if I have to think of something or write something or figure something out, and that's what I should have done with the pricing, by the way. I try to do that first thing in the morning. Then I get some activity going, because you do have to be active. Even if you are, a little older, you still have to keep active. So I either go out and I do some exercise or whatever I do, go for a walk. And then I come back and have my lunch. And then I do the less owners and less, brainy activities. And one of those, of course, is where I'm sitting quietly and stitching something I'd already designed. So the brainy part is for the designing part. I have to think about those things. So I have to do that first thing in the morning. And I usually, first thing in the morning for me is like 5 or 5:30. I don't know. Those of you who are not morning people are probably groaning and rolling your eyes. But I'm an early person. And then, of course, my bedtime is like 6 o'clock. No, my bedtime is 8 o'clock. Okay. And then I usually get to sleep by at least 10, if not before. So Lisa, oh good, you sent them off yesterday. No, I didn't. I sent them off. I'm going to send them off today. I packaged them up just this morning. So misunderstanding, no problem. Hello, Sheila. Nice to see you also. I don't see you, but I see your name, and it's really nice to have you on board. I haven't seen you for a while. And I have shown you guys all the floral biscornu stuff and talked about it and apologized and blah, blah, blah. I wanted to be sure to check that off, because if I don't, I felt so guilty that it was out so high priced, and I didn't mean it. Okay, I do have a few things I want to share with you, but I wanted to talk about Ellen's spooky treats. She's saying it took her 3 times to do the top. I'm not sure with you, Lisa. Did it take you 3 times to finish the top off? Because I'm not saying that what she did was anything wrong with it, because really, Ellen, your spooky treats looks absolutely gorgeous. Like, you must be a very, very good finisher, that you really want to make sure that it's perfect, because it's perfect. And I don't know, but I know that the top does not go by itself. So I was just curious if Lisa knows whether it took her a long time, or it took her a few tries as well. Marty says our weather's going to be wicked this weekend. Hot, humid, poor air quality. Oh yes, absolutely. You've got to stay indoors at that point, Marty. I also know that here on the West Coast we have, I'm sorry to say, I really am sorry, because I don't want to draw comparisons, but we have glorious weather. We've had glorious weather all summer. Luckily, we haven't had any wind to blow the smoke our way from any source, and there are lots of fires that are close by where I live, but so far the sky has been fairly clear. Yesterday we had some rain, and I was kind of hoping that that would help with everyone, but we've had beautiful weather, and I think we're going up to from 24 to 26, something like that, today and tomorrow and the next day, and that's the way it's been all along. We're very lucky here, very, very lucky. No problem about the blip, Lisa. Anyway, welcome to those of you who have just come on board. I wanted to say thank you to all of you who, when you come on board, I can see that the viewers are higher, but I can't see who you are. So I'm really grateful that you've come and joined us for a few minutes. And you may have had your Facebook open and it would pop up and say, come and join my live stream. That's really nice. And I'm really glad that you click on it and say, hello, I'm from the Victoria Sampler. I'm the only designer at this moment. We do have some patterns from other designers that we have left, because our business, the Victoria Sampler business, or my business, has been in existence for almost 30 years, probably over 30 years if it's just me. And I can't believe that it's been that long. I mean, 30 years when I was younger seemed to be, like 30-year-olds were already old. And this happened after, this whole thing with the Victoria Sampler happened after I raised my kids, and they were already in their late teens, around 24 years old by the time I started the Victoria Sampler, really. And then I started with Lisa, which was just amazing to have found her, to have found each other for that matter. Let's see. Yes, sometimes it takes longer. Tedra, good morning from Phoenix. And Lisa mentioned, hello Tedra, and your parcel is also on its way. The spooky treats went smoothly, but when I finished the Christmas drum pin cushion, it took a couple of tries. It's just part of the process. That's good. I'm going to reassure Ellen, and Ellen, if you do come on board, I want to reassure you that your tries are not unusual. That's what Lisa says anyway. Marty says, I got my linen Wednesday to do the Bling Tree 1 and 2 this year. I'm changing up Bling Tree 2 just a bit. That's good. I love that. You know I love that. Jean Morrison says, good morning from sunny and somewhat cooler Atlanta. Very nice. I'm glad for you, Jean. I know that it's not so easy in some other parts. It's quite hot. Thanks, Lisa. And I know also that there are lots of areas in the world that are not like that, but somehow parts of North America are getting drier and drier. There is climate change. It really is existing. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to say is Diane Thibodeau, very nice Bling Tree 2. In fact, someone emailed me and asked me, how do I get a linen like her? How come my linen doesn't look like your linen, Diane? And your linen, you substituted. I told her right away. I said, no, we included linen. We just didn't include linen that had sparkles in it. And so you substituted your linen, which was a wonderful idea, because that's the way snow looks, right? It sparkles. Okay, I can make fun of myself. Judy, hello from Tennessee. It's only 30 degrees centigrade here. Oh my goodness. 30 to me is like hot, but it's not bad if it's not humid. So, Judy, I hope it's not too bad there. That's good. Joanne, you made it to the live stream today. Yay! Celebration. It's not always easy to make it because I know I'm right in the middle of many people's full day, and particularly the people who live east of me, and I'm right on the west coast of Canada. So anyone actually on North American continent is going to be east of me. Practically everyone is. So for me, it's very convenient to do this live stream at 9:30 in the morning. But for those of you who are even a little bit east, it will be later and later during the day, and that's when you're the busiest. So I get that, but I just don't want to do a live stream until it's daylight, and in the winter it doesn't get light so quickly. So I decided that it was going to have to be at 9:30 so that it wouldn't be so early that it was dark here and during the whole year. So I hope that it's still okay with everyone. I know I've talked before about changing the time, and somehow I just haven't done it, and I think it's working out just fine. So good, Joanna, that you made it, and I'm really glad that you did. I also wanted to mention Louise Fossa, who did a portion of the Grateful Heart. She didn't do the whole thing. And I think that's a really good idea. Remember that a sampler is literally that. It's a sample of a lot of different things, right? It can be many different elements. So the way I design my samplers, I very often have, I can call them elements that are similar. I have elements at the bottom. I usually do the heavier kind of the hardanger looking piece, or something heavier, something that's got a bit of solidity, so that it is a good base for the whole thing. So I don't put the heavy thing in the middle because that just makes it look like it's going to fall over. Anyway, so these are my own thoughts as I'm designing. So the hardanger is usually at the bottom. Sometimes it's in the middle, but it'll be smaller then. And then there are what I call bands, or series of stitches in a row. And very often I'll do rows of stitches because they're fun. I love to experiment and to create little types of stitches. Sometimes I make them up out of one stitch and another stitch and put them together with different colors. Those are things, actually, I think it's just me. I just love experimenting with various different stitches. And so what you can do is you can leave some of those bands out if you want. You can leave some out and replace them with your own words, for instance, or the date, or whatever you like to replace them with. And also you can shorten things by leaving out a whole section. Remember, you don't want to leave out just one little thing and shorten it just by one. What's the point of that? But if you leave out a whole section and you join the top and the bottom, you can usually get some kind of a fairly balanced sampler. It's just fun to do, and if you want to do that, feel free. I just love it when people decide they're going to change it up. And changing up my designs is one of the best things that I could ever see, because I get to see what you do, as long as you show it, of course. I get to see what it is that you do with my design. And not following my design is one of the blessings of my life, because I get to see, without stitching it myself, I get to see what the result is. So have fun changing up things. And I have to say, Louise, you did a beautiful job. Grateful Heart looks small enough that you could accomplish it and to be able to give it to your mom. So very nice job. Okay, I want to show you a couple of things. Let's see. What I did want to show you first of all was I found this in one of my boxes of models, and I haven't shown this for such a long time. It has no bearing on anything that I'm doing in the summertime. I have no theme in mind. I just saw the box and I thought, I want to show this. And this is a Family Treasures box, and it's from the Heirloom Family Sampler. And it is the family tree. And you can see the box is quite big. So the family tree fits perfectly in this oval box from, what is this? From Sudbury. Just trying to remember what size it is and see if it's in there. No, there's no size in here. There is a beautiful lining in velvet. You can see some of the dust in the middle, but that's because this was done some years ago. Anyway, what I love about this is it is a treasure box. And it's a treasure box that is meant for treasures from your family. So if you have a lock of hair or a tooth that came out of someone's baby mouth or anything that makes you think of your family, little letters, this would be great for keeping letters from your mom, for instance. And in fact, now that I think of it, I have some. I might just use this myself. I just love this box and I wanted to show it to you. So it's from the family sampler, the heirloom family sampler. And in that is the pattern for this design. Okay, so it's a separate pattern. It's taken from that, from the original long family sampler, but this is a section that is at the back of that booklet, and you will be able to get the actual pattern for this. So hopefully you like it as much as I do. And it is a wonderful thing to give to someone in your family, because you can put your name here, or family treasures is what I put, but you can put your name here as well, your common name, like your last name. For me, it would be Duick, or it could be my father's name, which is Hurst, or it could be my mother's last name, which is Vanderbilt. and those names have meaning for other people too. So those are things you can put in on here as far as family treasures go. That's also a really good word. So anyway, I wanted to show it to you because it is so cute. It's got birds all over it, and bees and bunnies at the bottom, and the lovely, lovely little Rhodes heart as well. Really, really, really cute. Really cute. So when I saw it, I thought, oh, I haven't seen that for such a long time. Good morning, Gracie Hill. It's cross stitch day. That's for sure. They're very nice to see that star. Thank you so much for joining in. Okay, and the second thing I wanted to show you was this entire series of herbal sachets. Now that the lavender is drying out outside, and I've got some chives. I don't have oregano, but I do have some parsley out there. And I don't have bergamot this year, which is fine. But these are ones that grow in my garden. And Lisa made these into absolutely adorable little sachets. Now, you can actually put the what do you call it? The herb inside a separate bag so that it doesn't stain the outside here, but you can put it in a separate bag so that it can still scent your linen drawers, but you put some of that in here, some of those dried, well, in this one it's dried bergamot, which is Earl Grey tea smell, which I love. Then there is rosemary, which to me is more like, it has to do with cooking, rosemary. I don't usually use it for scenting my drawers, but I like it anyway. Chives are absolutely yummy, and I love to put these in my kitchen drawers. Oregano, again, same thing. This is more kind of cooking herb, but still very, very lovely. And of course, so is parsley, but here's the one that of course makes my day, and it's in the same leaflet. The leaflets are herbal sachets. That's the name of it. Herbal for some people and herbal for those of us in Canada. Herbal sachets is what this whole pattern is called, and there is 6 sachet patterns, and on the back of each one is, you can put a name, you can make a name for yourself, and there's a small version of the this is the parsley, and this is the oregano, and this is the the chives, and this is, okay, you have to, oh, it's already says rosemary. And I was going to say, you need to guess, but this is Kathy, because Kathy has loads of bergamot in her garden, and Kathy is the other designer, one of the other designers that we are still carrying her patterns. So I wanted you to see the herbal sachets in a row, because they are absolutely lovely, and they're perfect this time of year because your herbs are going to be drying out. And you know what you have to do, right? You have to cut your herbs not at the very peak, but just at the end of the season, towards the end of when they're blooming. Then you hang them up with a string in a nice airy place so that it doesn't get mold, and you hang them up upside down so that they can dry more easily. And then you crunch them in your hand so that all the oils and this lovely smells come out. That's what I love about any of the herbal sachets. You haven't, yeah, they aren't big. You're absolutely right. They aren't big and they're fun to stitch. Absolutely. Well, I wanted to show you those guys for sure. Oh, I forgot to show you that they also come with a scissor fob. And, we've made scissor fobs galore. We should actually, Lisa, have a collection of scissor fobs. Wouldn't that be fun? I mean, we have them all. It's just that we should make a collection and show that as a collection. Or maybe we can repackage all of our scissor fobs that we've ever designed and put them all into one book and call it Scissor Fob Book. Wouldn't that be fun? We could probably manage it. I mean, we've got some of the models, not all of them, but we have some. And we could probably give all of these patterns, all these tiny, tiny patterns for scissor fobs. Boy, that would be interesting. Anyway, just thought of it. If it's not something that anyone would want, fine. Okay, so listen, I think that's all I've got to show. I wanted to make sure that those of you who dropped in later, that I showed you once more these lovely floral biscornu. They really are pretty. And I have to say, this was my favorite. Totally. I think the colors just go with all of the with the linen as well. And then there's this one, which actually, now that I look at it, I don't know which one's my favorite. Which one's your favorite? Do you have a favorite of these two? Tell me, is it the violets that's your favorite? Or is it the one that's got what some people would call these geraniums, and I called them primulas or primroses, but whatever you call them, which one do you like best? The peach colored ones, the rose colored ones, or the violet colored ones? Tell me. And we have the kit for sale now, and free shipping this weekend rather, just today and tomorrow though, because we can't afford to do that for any longer. So those of you who want free shipping, by all means, order today or tomorrow. Okay, this is the kit. It's got all the silks in it. You can't see everything. It's also got pearl beads in it, etc. And of course the leaflet and any directions and instructions you might need. So for Bling Tree 2, says Marty, I'm going to add Merry Christmas in as many different languages as I can find. Oh, what a nice idea. That will make it kind of spread out a little bit so that you have a bigger kind of product at the end, or a visual at the end. It's not quite so narrow then, because Bling Tree 2 is a little narrower tree, isn't it, than the Bling Tree 1. So that would spread it out a little bit, and maybe it will end up being the same size by the time you're finished. That would be fun. Okay, well, I think that's it for today. It's not a lot, but I know that I've been thinking about you all and hoping that things are good wherever you are in the world. I know that there are some negative things happening, as always, and there are also lots of positives. So when you're feeling a little down or a little negative, make sure that you look for all the things you're grateful for. So gratitude really helps. If you're grateful for something, your whole emotion changes into positivity and light. Marie says she's decided she likes the peach color, the soft and delicate, like primroses. Me too. I love them too. And Marty likes the violets better. Okay, I want to see your responses, you ladies. Yes, there will be an angel card. I'm just seeing if there's any more responses, because of course I'm interested to find out who likes what better. So far we've got 1 and 1. We don't have any others yet. Maybe we won't get any other surprises from people. That's okay. Let us know which one you like. The peachy one, or, oh, Donna was the violets one. Okay. And Joanne also likes the violet. Uh-oh, it looks like the violets are definitely high on the list. Yeah. So between this one, which is, it's a little softer in color. You're absolutely right, Marie. I really like this one because it's soft in color, but maybe the background, the linen, could have been a little bit darker so that you could see them better, or I could have chosen slightly darker silks. But anyway, that's the way it turned out. And everyone loves the violets ones. And Gracie loves the delicate primrose ones. Aw. Well, it looks like the violets have won, though. It doesn't matter, because you get both of them in the kit, which is lovely. All of the silks you need are in the kit. And those of you who are going to stitch it, enjoy. And please put up a photograph when and if you're done. We look forward to it. Okay, I picked one while I was looking at all your answers Tedra says, I probably will like the peachy better, as I'm not always a purple person, just sometimes, but I will do both. Exactly. Thanks, Tedra. And Tabby too, she likes both. Well, that's the right answer, obviously. When I was doing the primroses one, I was really a little bit sensitive to the fact that it was a lighter color, but I love those soft colors. So good morning, Ellen. Hello. I seem to have missed the start. Couldn't get into the stream. I'm so sorry that you couldn't, because I had said how much I love your spooky treats, Ellen. And I haven't yet answered you on the Facebook group, but I was talking about it and about the fact that you had a bit of trouble with the top. But I mentioned it to Lisa, and she has actually in this chat. You can go back up and read it later if you want. In this chat, right at the beginning of the stream, we talked about how she also had trouble with the top, with the second one. She didn't have so much trouble with the first one she did of the drum pin cushions, but the second one took her a couple of tries. So she said it's just part of the process, and you kind of have to go with the flow. When you get that moment where you think, oh, this is not working, try it again, and you did, and it looks beautiful. Your pincushion absolutely is stunning. Really nicely done. So I'm glad you're here so I could tell you in person. Okay, I've got the card, and now it's time to read it. Okay, well, this is a good part of the thing, because angels always know what to tell you. And when I was talking about being grateful, the angel must have heard me, because I am so grateful for everything outside, especially in this beautiful weather from our point of view. Thank you, Ellen. This is today's angel card. Spend more time to experience nature, whatever that means to you, because it can mean your backyard. It can mean a place where you go, where you feel cool and calm and collected. And it can mean your patio. It can mean anything that's outdoors, basically. And if you can't get outside because of the smoke or because it's too hot, maybe alternate your idea and decide that you're going to be outside no matter what, and go earlier in the day or go later in the evening, because that's what people in hot countries, they often have a siesta in the afternoon, and then they go out late in the evening for a walk at 8 or 9 o'clock at night in the summertime. So anyway, these are thoughts, and I do think spending more time to experience nature. Thank you, Angel. Really needed to hear that, because it's something that's hard sometimes to do when things aren't as nice outside as you'd like them to be. So wishing you all the best. Oh, wait a minute. Hello, everyone. Thank you. Scissor fob book would be fun. You're absolutely right. I'm just thinking. Anyway, I'll talk about that sometime with you. I think the top is round and can have a bias issue. Yes, absolutely. It is round and it can have a bias issue. No doubt about it. I hope you all enjoy your weekend, and that you are not under any threats from any place in the world, and that you are feeling comfortable and that you can stitch. If you are not feeling wonderful, then stitching will make it so. So have a good weekend, and I will see you all next week on Friday at 9:30 Pacific Daylight Time. So see you then. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye.